What is up, everyone? This is OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to the PE Impressions video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Xbox One Elite controller, of course usable on Xbox One and on Windows 10 PC. I've tested it out with Steam Link, and man, does it work fantastic. But let's talk about this controller here, because when this controller was first revealed, there was a lot of skepticism from gamers, from players out there, from media members, because of the price. The price is $150 for this controller, and some gamers were worried that it wasn't going to live up to that price tag because it seemed like Microsoft was just trying to get your money any way possible. And make no mistake, they are trying to get your money, but is this controller actually worth the price tag? And after playing Borderlands 2 and a couple of other games for about 3 to 4 hours of my test time, I'm going to have to say yes, it is worth your money if you have that money to spend, okay? And the reason why this controller is so good, in my opinion, is one is the little bit of added weight. Now, I don't like heavy controllers. One of my main issues with the Wii U gamepad is not necessarily because it's super heavy, but it's super bulky, and this controller is not bulky at all. It feels great in your hands, even though it is a bit heavier than the standard Xbox One controller. You'll definitely feel that added weight, but it's never anything too much that you're gonna be like, man, this is so heavy, I wanna go back to the regular Xbox One controller. Another really cool thing about this controller is the D-pad. The D-pad on this controller is really weird because it's kind of like a hexagonal type thing that has all the different directions, but once you start using it, it actually feels really natural for just going through menus and things like that. So that's actually one thing that I really like. But if you do like the standard regular D-pad, they do have that swappable, which we'll get into in just a bit. So talking more about the build of the controller, it feels really solid. It has a matte finish on there, and there's rubber grips on the back. So if your palms ever get sweaty from playing games, you don't have to worry. You're probably not going to drop this controller based on the rubber grips on the back and the matte finish. Now, moving to the top of the controller, it's awesome. And the biggest thing that they did with this controller as far as the triggers go, they have this thing where it has like a trigger lock. Usually when you hold down the button as far as the triggers go on Xbox One or PlayStation 4, whatever the case is, it has to move all the way down before it registers the press for the most part. Now with these, you can actually lock it with these little buttons right here to where it's a shorter time to where it actually triggers that response for the button press, which in a shooting game like Borderlands, for example, that's actually really helpful, and even more helpful for a game like Call of Duty or Gears of War, to where every millisecond counts. So I really recommend that for guys who like playing online, or if you're really big into competitive shooters. The hairpin trigger locks, it's a bit of a game changer, believe it or not. Even though there's only milliseconds of a difference between the button press, it still makes the biggest difference when every single millisecond counts. So really good stuff there. I like the bumpers, they feel nice and solid. Another thing that I really like about this controller is that you can actually swap out the thumbsticks. They actually come with more thumbsticks in the package. You guys will be seeing a picture of that, and you can just hold them right off, and they're magnetic, so you're never going to have to worry about actually moving it. It just comes right off. They're magnetic, so it takes a little bit of force to get them off, and then you just put them right back on. Same thing with the D-pad. Just plop that off, put it right back in if you want to. Now, another thing, getting to the back of this controller and the bottom as well, headphone jack. And that is a big deal for me because I like plugging in my headphones and actually being able to listen to the music of the game and also chat and not have to use their proprietary headset. And while I don't have them on right now, there are some little silver things, they're called paddles, that you can put on the back of each one here. There's 4 of them, and what that can do is you can actually map custom button presses to those. So theoretically, you will never have to really move your thumb to these buttons right here. You can customize all of them on those silver paddles on the bottom. I took them off just for this review. I don't really use them, but I can see why someone else would really like to use those silver paddles and custom map them. Another thing is that you can custom map this controller all over the place. You can put anything anywhere as far as button presses go. It's already included on the Xbox One when you go to Xbox One accessories in your settings menu. So that's another thing that's really good about this controller, is that you can just really customize everything, give it a name. I really like what they did with this controller. It's expensive, and they treat it like it's expensive because of all the different options that you have and stuff that you can do with it, the build of it. It just feels solid. It works really well and responsive for the shooting games that I played with it. Borderlands 2 worked like a dream. I actually had a lot more fun playing it, believe it or not, with this controller. It just felt a lot more solid to shoot. The triggers, how it has that lock to where you don't have to press it all the way down. You actually feel that when you're playing some of these shooting games. And I can only imagine in a really competitive game like, let's say, Call of Duty or Gears of War, how this would really be a game changer for many people. It's an elite controller with the elite price, but in my opinion, it's actually 100% worth it if you do have that money to spend. The only downside, I guess, for some people would probably be the adjustment of the weight. It is a little bit heavier than what you see on the other controllers. And also another thing is the price. That's also a downside. $150 for a controller, that's so much. You can buy so many other games with that. But if you're really into the shooters, or if you really want a really nice, durable controller that's completely customizable and just to improve your gameplay, definitely the Xbox One Elite controller works just fine. And like I said, you can use it with your Steam box, you can use it with your Windows 10 PC, your Steam Link works great for there too. So the whole package comes with the extra thumbsticks, and it actually comes with a carrying case, a box. It's really nice. So the full package is actually really good there. Everything's laid out. It feels like a premium product, like I said. So if you have the money to spend, if you're an Xbox gamer and you really want that custom precision, I would definitely suggest getting this controller right here, Xbox One Elite controller. Alright guys, that wraps it up for my first impressions video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Also, give me some Ask OJ questions as well. I want to do a segment on Ask OJ pretty soon here, so if you have any questions that you have based on anything in gaming, let me know in the comment section below. Just put that hashtag Ask OJ and I'll make sure to get to that this week. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, shaders, tips and tricks, and everything in gaming. Also check out the description below. There you'll have links over to our Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch page. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on all of our social networks, as I'll be having exclusive contests and giveaways just on there. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you for the next video. Peace.